Now to a story you'll see only on 5. We all know the tradition of winning on the gridiron for the New England Patriots result in multiple Super Bowl championships.
Well, now for one member of the Kraft family, the most important type of winning is taking place off the field because the opponent this time is cancer.
The great thing about a sports team is they're such a part of the community, and it's not just winning on the field, but winning off the field is important as well.
As president of the New England Patriots Foundation, Josh Kraft ensures that his family's team brand is involved in many important community endeavors. But up until now, a private battle with prostate cancer has Josh front and center in a very public way. It was the fall of 2018 at the age of 51 when Josh was first diagnosed with prostate cancer. A routine yearly blood test began to show an increasing PSA level, which led to a biopsy and then a phone call from his doctor telling him he had cancer.
So I went from, this is fine, to, okay, I guess I've got to take this a little more serious than I have been.
After consulting with his doctors and family, Josh made the decision to have his prostate surgically removed.
How hard was it to make the decision to have surgery?
Not that hard.
That decision may have been easy, but what happened next was a little harder to handle. A year after that surgery, Josh's PSA levels started to rise again. That meant additional treatment, including 35 days of radiation and 6 months of hormone therapy.
What was the scariest moment for you? Did you have one?
Oh, I think when the PSA came back, yeah.
Prostate cancer is actually, unfortunately, very prevalent.
Dr. Atish Koduri is a medical oncologist at Dana-Farber. He says other than skin cancer, prostate cancer is the most common cancer among men. And with 288,000 new cases this year alone, nearly 1 in 8 men will get prostate cancer over the course of their lifetime.
The number of men who's actually living with prostate cancer in the United States numbers in the millions.
Despite being very treatable, Dr. Koduri is seeing an alarming trend. The number of cases of advanced prostate cancer, where the cancer has spread outside of the prostate, has doubled since 2011.
Where men are coming in, they've never had any PSA screening, and when they get their first test, or maybe they have a symptom, the PSA is incredibly high and they have cancer in many, many parts of the body.
And that's precisely why Josh has come forward to share his story. He believes, as does his doctors, that early detection and treatment saved his life. So, his message to men is similar to the Patriot mantra of do your job. That job? Stay vigilant and stay informed.
Just stay on that PSA, stay on the digital exams, make sure you get checked. And, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, as they say.
Yeah, it's that simple. Josh tells me as of right now, his PSA is constantly testing at a level of 0, which essentially means his cancer's gone. Now, instead of having those tests, those PSA tests every 3 months, he can dial them back to every year as part of his normal yearly physical. And I'd like to personally thank Josh for sharing his very personal story and wishing him continued good health. He has been amazing. He's reached out to me several times. And part of the reason for sharing this story is because I'm going to be away from the anchor desk for the next 2 weeks. Yeah. Starting tomorrow is my surgery. I decided to take the surgery route as well. And I can't thank the people enough out there that have come out of the woodwork to wish me the best. And so many of my friends who have had the surgery in the prostate. It's more common than you realize.
Yeah, the stats you shared, it's really unbelievable. Yeah. And then the story that Josh Kraft told, it's like so much of what we've been discussing really for several years now.
Yeah, 2.5 years. And now it's time to take that step to say goodbye to the prostate.
You got this, Dougie. You got this.
Yeah, we got it. All right.
We'll be right back.